Hare Krishna. Welcome devotees to the Gita Daily session. Thanks for joining the session. So today we'll be discussing 7.15. So let's take the blessings of Lord Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra, Maya, Sudarshan, Lakshmi Narasimhadev, Panchatattva, Gavanadai. We shall pray that by their blessings we can understand the transcendental topics of Bhagavad Gita. Let's recite the prayers. Om Atnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमदे भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर शिवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. Let's dedicate the session to His Divine Grace, X. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Founder Acharya of International Society for Krishna Consciousness, by whose mercy we will try to understand Bhagavad Gita and also able to apply in a practical way in our day-to-day life. So let's thank Srila Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So today we'll be discussing 7.15. So let's recite the verse. Namam dushkridino mudha prabadhyante naradama mayaya vahridajnana asuram bhavamashritam. Repetition. Namam dushkridino mudha prabadhyante naradhamam mayaya bhagrudatnana asuram bhavamashrita. Translation by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Those miscreants who are grossly foolish, who are lowest among mankind, whose knowledge is stolen by illusion, and who partake of the atheistic nature of the demons, do not surrender unto me. See the word to word meaning. Na, not, mam, unto me, dushkritina, miscreants, mudha, foolish, prabhadyante, surrender, naradhama, lowest among mankind, mayaya, by the illusionary energy, apahrita, stolen, jnana, whose knowledge, asuram, demoniac, bhavam, nature, ashrita, accepting. So let's again see the translation. Those miscreants who are grossly foolish, who are lowest among mankind, whose knowledge is stolen by illusion, and who partake in atheistic nature of demons, do not surrender unto me. So, setting the context, so we are discussing 7th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, where actually the Lord start instructing Arjuna about the topmost knowledge of devotional service. So, in the last session, we have seen uh, Ma Devi Esha Gunamayi Mama Maya Aduratya Mam Eva Prabhadyante Maya Bedam Tarantite. So, in this chapter, actually, initially we saw how actually what are the different energies of the Lord, right? So, we saw that the Lord's primary energies are the internal and external energies. The internal energy is the spiritual energy, which is known as the Yogamaya potency, by which the spiritual worlds are conducted. And Yogamaya also plays a role in the Lord's pastimes. So his close associates, Yogamaya covers the knowledge that he is a supreme, for his close associates, so that they can actually have loving exchanges with the Lord. So this is Yogamaya potency, and then the external energy of the Lord is known as Mahamaya, by which the material world is conducted. So Mahamaya, actually, Durga, she is the superintendent of the external energy of the Lord, and her responsibility is to keep the jivas in the material world under illusion, so that their desire was to enjoy, independent of the Lord. So the Maya Devi facilitates this. So he keeps the jiva under illusion, and the jiva actually is the spiritual energy of the Lord, right? But when they comes in contact with the material world, their energy is covered, and they become the Tadastha Shakti. So just like the sparks of the fire, which is separated from the fire, loses its potency. Similarly, the jiva actually becomes subjected to Maya when they come to the material world. So this way we saw the different energies of the Lord. And in the last session, we saw that the external energy of the external energy of the Lord is considered as inferior, and internal energy, so spiritual energy, is considered as superior. So even though external energy is inferior to the superior energy, which is spiritual energy, and jiva is spiritual, but by the design of the Lord, the jiva, when it comes in the material world, it becomes subject to the external energy. And Lord says that external energy is his own energy, right? And then it is very difficult to overcome. It's unsurmountable by the jiva, by its own efforts. So the only way to overcome is by surrendering to the Lord. So basically, the Lord actually, is giving the formula how actually to get out of cycle of birth and death by simply surrendering to the will of the Lord, right? So in this sloka 7.15, Lord actually is explaining which kinds of people will never surrender to the Lord. And in next sloka, the Lord will say which are the people, which kind of people surrender to the Lord. So today we'll see which kind of people who are, who will never surrender to the Lord. So let's see in more detail. So namam dushkritino mooda prabhadyante naradama maya abhirta jnana asurim bhavam ashrita. So Prabandade means surrender. No, Namam. So who's not surrendering? The Dushkritino. So Dushkritinos are miscreants. Right? So generally, all this category of people are called Dushkritino. Right? In Dushkritino, there are four categories which the Lord is mentioning. One is Muda, then the second is Naradama, and third is Maya Abhagirtatnana, and four is Asurim Bhava Ashrita. So these are the four kinds of Dushkritina. So Dushkriti means what? One who actually performs like sinful activities, right? Or no, or activities which are not recommended, or activities which are against the scriptures. So these are the dushkritina. So dushkritina also are generally atheist, right? So basically, these four categories of people doesn't accept the supremacy of the Lord, or they doesn't believe in God, no, in one way or other. So these are the four dushkritinas. So some of these dushkritinas may be apparently intelligent, like from a material perspective, but actually they always work against the will of the Lord, and their intelligence is misguided. So this Srila Prabhupada explains, in the purport about these four categories. So the first category who doesn't surrender to the Lord is actually the people who are muda. Muda means like foolish, right? So they're foolish. Like for example, the common example for muda is ass or a donkey. So donkey's main nature is that no, it works like it is can do a lot of hard work, without any expectation, like and without any knowledge, like it's very foolish behavior. It keeps on working. So similarly, in today's world, we can see that most of the people in the materialistic, we see around us, including, we also, right, are everybody is blindly running behind something, right? So that nobody has any time, to even to discuss anything, think about spirituality. They don't even they don't even think, why they are actually working like this day and night, right? So most of the time when we work for a company, in one way we are like a slaves, right? Because the company, whoever is running the company, they make money, by employing us. We also get some money, but actually we work day and night, right? Very hard. Sometimes, not able to spend time with the family, not able to take care of the family, or not take care of the health, right? So without actually really stopping and thinking, why I'm working so hard, like is it really necessary? What is the ultimate benefit, right? So without thinking anything, they just keep on working day and night. So just like, Prabhupada mentions, like an ass also works like that. And because of the hard work, sometimes, ass will foam in the mouth because of too much of hard work, right? Similarly, the people who are uh, so-called actually materialistic people, right? They work like that hard, actually, day and night, and and then they get so many diseases because they could not take care of their health. So these people who are completely blind, and then they just run, basically they go with the crowd. They say, no, the bandwagon, right? Join the bandwagon. So this kind of people work day and night hard without stopping anything. So this is what's first category of people, because they don't have any time to think. Second is Naradama, the lowest among the mankind. So Naradama means Nara means human, and Adama means lowest. So basically, these people doesn't have any religious principles. They don't follow any dharma, right? And then they are very sinful also. And they are called Naradama because even after getting a human birth, they misuse it. Actually, they don't know the purpose of human life, right? So this is the second category. The third category is Maya Apakrita Jnana. So Maya Apakrita Jnana means whose knowledge is stolen by Maya. So these are the so-called intelligent people, of this world, right? The people who are very intellectual. We can see so many people who actually we can see in the YouTube and other places. So many people, there's so many channels. And then people who are so called very intelligent, they give so many logic arguments, etc. But then logic and arguments are doesn't have any basis on the scriptures. They only concord various ideas, various thoughts, right? And then they design the things in such a way that actually they want to exclude the Lord from everything. They never give the credit to the Lord. So basically, these are also the mental speculators. No, there are many spiritualists also who are Maya Apradhanana. So they think that they are actually following a spiritual path, but then they don't have any scriptural. They concord some their own meaning. They give some logic, right? They concord various theories, and they speculate on various things, and then they give various arguments, which is doesn't have any scriptural reference. So we have seen earlier that this spiritual knowledge has to come through a parampara, right? And it has to be authoritative, right? But then this kind of people, they don't have any scriptural authority, they don't have any proper guru, right? They just became a self-proclaimed guru, and then after that a lot of people follow them. So because in today's world, no, people doesn't want to take any difficulties or austerities. If you tell them to follow like the rules and regulation, no, like don't eat meat, no, have a austere life, nobody will like it, no, and you will not get any follower. But the truth is unpalatable sometimes. But then the so-called spiritualists, they don't have any rules, no, they do, you do whatever you like, you eat whatever you like, no, you enjoy whatever, no, you do whatever you like. So this kind of spiritualists are there who concord different things, and they actually are really don't have much faith in the God, because they don't have proper idea, right? But then they just have some vested interest. So these kind of people are actually stolen by Maya, but they think that they are intelligent, right? So another category of Maya Nana is also the so-called intelligent people, scientists, etc. Or the we can see in today's world, right? Actually, even if you take the medical field, for example, right? So we have so many understandings on the medical field is said to be advanced, but sometimes no, they don't know the real cause of diseases. No, they speculate. No, today they will tell, okay, no, this may be the reason, or sometimes they say openly say that we don't know why it happens, right? So many diseases they are not able to find, but then they teach that in the college every day. No, the newer and newer batches of students come out every day, every year. So these so-called professors and lecturers, they think that no, they know the truth. No, but and then they whatever the half-cooked knowledge or no incomplete knowledge, they teach everybody, and everybody follows that this thing. Nobody questions it. For example, we have this theory of evolution, right? So actually, many scientists have refuted the theory of evolution, evolution, actually, which says that no, like we have evolved from the apes, right? And then based on what actually we do continuously, like giraffe, it continuously tries to eat from the top of the tree, and so it next become very long over many many generations. So this kind of theory, right? So suppose if some birds did not, they stopped using the wing, so it lost the wing after many generations. So these kind of things, and then everybody teaches it and follows it. So these people sometimes they are not deliberately cheating, but then indirectly they are cheating, because their knowledge is not correct, and then they teach that to everybody. So these kind of many things goes on in the material world, right? And the fourth category of is asuram bhavam ashrita is are actually they're purely demoniac people or atheistic people, right? So these people are actually asura. So the word asura is sometimes misunderstood. So asura comes from the Sanskrit word, no, asu and ra, right? Asu means the vital and a life air. No, the life air actually we have. It is not the prana. It is not as asu. And ra comes from the root ramande. Ramande means to enjoy. So one who wants to enjoy his life. So basically, asuras are those people whose only intention is to enjoy it to the maximum extent. Right? Whatever the life they got or the body they want got, they want to enjoy it to the fullest extent. No, they don't care for anything else. They don't care for anybody else. No, they are very selfish, self-centered, and then they want to enjoy their life completely at any cost. Right? So they can go to any extent for that. So such people are known as asuras. So the asuras are purely atheist people. They don't believe in God and they don't worship God, right? And the opposite of asura is devata. So devatas actually are the devotees of the Lord. So basically there are four categories of people we have seen, no? Who actually will never surrender to Lord. So first is dushkrit. No, they are all called dushkritinas because no, they work against the religious principle or against the will of the Lord. So first is muda, the foolish people who are ignorant or no, they are blind to spiritual knowledge. No, they are completely very busy without knowing. They are actually like a donkey. Actually, the donkey can easily find grass wherever if it searches outside. But then it will not. It will wait for its master to give the grass, right? So and then he thinks that only if it works, he will get the grass. So the people who are mostly materialistic today's material world, most people are in this category. Everybody's running blindly, without thinking, what am I doing, what is the purpose of life. They just want to work hard like that and to earn money. Then second is naradama. So because they don't know what is destined as per karma will come automatically, right? It doesn't mean that we should not do our part. We should do our part actually, but then we should be moderate in our expectations, and also what we do. So they work like that. So second is naradama, though actually misuse human life, and then doesn't follow any religious principle. They're not having dharma. Mahabharatana is the so-called pseudo intelligent people. And fourth is the asura, who are actually atheist, who wants to completely enjoy their life. So the Lord explains these four category of people will never surrender to the Lord. In next session, we will see the four category of people who will surrender to the Lord. So it is not necessary that no everybody belongs to one of this category. It can be sometimes it can be a mixture of these characteristics. No, we may have multiple of these characteristics in the same person, but then these are the four main aspects, which you will find the people who will not surrender. So one of the classic example from the scriptures is Hiranyakashipu, right? So we have seen Hiranyakashipu earlier also. Hiranyakashipu actually was a great demon. Though of course we saw that Hiranyakashipu is part of the Lord's pastime, right? They are actually, he is Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksha. They are gatekeepers from the Vaikuntha, right? But then the Lord want to fight with somebody who is very powerful, so he made a plan that they come down to the material world. So, nevertheless, whenever the Lord performs pastimes, He wants to demonstrate certain principles, right, for others to understand, the general public to understand, and also sometimes Lord perform very beautiful, very sweet pastimes to attract the jiva. So, Lord's pastimes are very difficult to understand. Janma karma jame divyam evam yo veti tattva tektva deham punarjam naiti mahamedi swarjana. So, Lord's pastimes are very transcendental and difficult for the ordinary people to understand. But acharyas have tried to decode, why does the Lord incarnate. Nevertheless, so Hiranyakashipu was a classic example of an asura. So he actually, he was so powerful that he conquered everything, all the planetary system, upper planetary. He actually he defeated Indra, and Indra was without the kingdom, right? And he made all the devatas subservient. So every Indra, Chandra, Varuna. So it was mentioned that when he lifts his eyebrow, all the devatas used to shiver in fear. What is his next intention? So he was undisputed, and nobody could control him. So he actually he completely was against Lord Vishnu. His intention was to kill the Lord, right? So this way his entire life went on. And Prahlad, through Prahlad Maharaj, actually Lord wanted to teach that actually your devotee is more powerful than even if the Asura is so strong and whatever. No, he could defeat everybody, but a small child Prahlad actually could bring Hiranyakashipu to his knees, right? Even though he was so powerful. So that we know actually because Prahlad was very tolerant. He was completely surrendered to the Lord. So the Lord actually always protected him. So Hiranyakashipu tried to kill him in various ways, but every time he failed because the Lord was protecting him. So Prahlad actually requested Hiranyakashipu, even in the last moment, also, to please surrender to the Lord so that Lord will excuse. But then Hiranyakashipu did not do it. Right? Even at the last moment, about it was about to be killed. Right? Prahlad told, now also, no, you have an opportunity. Please surrender to the Lord, so that He will forgive all your offenses. But then Hiranyakashipu will not do so. This is an example of how the atheist people, or asuric people, will never surrender. Whatever happens, they will never surrender. So with that, I think we come to the end of today's time. So, what is the key takeaway from today's session is just understanding that what are the different categories or different aspects of a person who doesn't surrender to the Lord. So it is possible that some of us, may have some of these aspects, right? So we can understand, recognize that these aspects, and these are actually the obstacles for us to actually surrender. So when we understand the Lord's qualities, right? When we understand what is the purpose of human life, what is our real identity, right? And the temporary nature of human life. We have seen these topics, right? When we understand, get this spiritual knowledge, higher knowledge, then actually slowly, we can understand the higher principles of life, right? And we have seen that by getting a taste of the higher principle, right, the lower taste will vanish. So the proof of the pudding is in eating, they say, right? So the spirituality is something which we cannot theoretically understand, right, by logic or by just by reading. It's devotional service. Actually, the word service means that it is something practical. So unless until we experiment or try out devotional service, and we see that what transformation it can bring in our life. We cannot experience spirituality, or we cannot get confidence or faith in the spiritual path. So we have to practice devotional service. So practice actually comes. So the logic is one thing. Basically logic is just to satisfy our intelligence, because we don't easily take up things, right? Blindly we don't follow anything. So we need to understand the logic. Why are we doing certain things? Why should we do execute devotional service? So that is one path. But if you just get the theory and then never practice, then it will not have any transformation in the heart. We don't will not change. So we need to execute. So to understand the benefits, or the proof of the spiritual path, is actually by practicing it. So we have seen the ABCD of devotional service earlier, no? So association, books, chanting, and diet. So these are the four important aspects of devotional life. So one is, how do we practically execute devotional service? We should associate or have satsang. We associate with similar devotees. So for doing satsang, we need to, we can do to some extent online, but then meeting devotees personally. So going to a temple, right? Attend the programs there, attend, hear from devotees. So this is important actually. So satsang, so association is one thing. Then books, actually books are the basics. So books means getting the scriptural spiritual knowledge, right, by reading the scriptures. Like, we should not read all the scriptures like here and there. Focus on key scriptures. So according to our acharyas, they have given Bhagavad Gita as the first book to read, then actually Srimad Bhagavatam, then there are further books actually. So first we should read these two books, then we can go to other books. So reading scriptures, then chanting the holy name is very most important actually, because that is the yoga dharma, right? That is the process of cleansing the heart. So the most important practical devotional service is to chant the holy names of the Lord, right? Nama Sankirtanam. Nama Sankirtanam is Sarva Pava. No? So basically, all the sinful reactions, which is actually one of the main stumbling block. No, whether you are any of this category, right? Like whether you are a Muda, whether you are an Asura, we have Asuric tendencies, atheist, or any of these categories, by simply by chanting the holy name of the Lord, actually all these tendencies can be removed, and then we can become purified. So chanting is very important actually, right? And then diet, because whatever food we eat actually affects our consciousness. So we should eat sattvic food, and not only sattvic food, you should eat prasadam, so that the food actually purifies our consciousness, and no, we will not get sinful reaction by eating, like no, by eating non-vegetarian food, etc. So this way we have to practically execute devotional service. Okay, so I think with that we end here. So if anybody wants to leave at this point, they can leave, or if there are questions, no, they can unmute and ask. Hare Krishna. Tomorrow we'll continue the discussion on the on the four kind of people who will surrender to the Lord. So no questions. Then I think we'll end here. Thanks everybody for joining. We'll meet again tomorrow. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram.